Let's go ahead and rank the main cast of Omori characters as well as some extras. Sunny. Sunny has, miraculously, all of the benefits of a silent protagonist with none of the downsides, really, at least in my opinion. Even though he doesn't talk much, he still manages to have this deep, scary lore and kind of aura to him. At times, his silence is comedic and endearing, and at others, it's foreboding and scary. He plays off so well with his surroundings, it's hard for him not to feel like he belongs in every single situation there is. And there's just so much payoff towards the end when everything is finally revealed. Also, he's adorable, so that helps as well. It's an S. At first, I thought Aubrey wasn't going to have as much depth as some of the other characters. The conflict they have with Aubrey and Faraway really shows a much more complex side to her, and it makes her relation to every other cast member that much more sophisticated, which I really like. And it's all the better when they finally do make up towards the end, and they realize that the only reason the distance grew between them was because everyone was processing Mari's absence differently. I do love how even though she lost her temper and pushed Basil, she shows some remorse for accidentally getting him in the water. I love the cute little hints towards her and Sunny being a thing in the dream world. Those are also really nice. And her design in the Faraway is just easily the coolest out of the entire cast. I love the punk pink hair. I love she's just really that delinquent Japanese punk girl kind of thing. I love everything about it. I'm gonna go ahead and put her in A. Kell? Hero. Hero is the glue that keeps the group together, whereas Kell and Aubrey will argue all the time and Sunny will just watch like an idiot. Hero kind of says, alright, everybody calm down, let's chill, let's keep everything civil. It's always nice to have a character like this, especially in a cast that's so full of people who give into their emotions. It's nice to have someone more level-headed like this. Just really hard not to love him. Him and his Pokemon trainer hair have charmed thousands who have played the game. It's not hard to see why. It's an A. Basil. I don't think Basil gets as much depth as some of the other characters, but I still think he's very fascinating. But I think the moments where he's fascinating are more fascinating with him being used as a device rather than the sophistication of his personality. I think that moment at the end of Humphrey where they completely forget who Basil is just so sad to me. It's sad because obviously, Basil's a loose end that Sunny wants everyone to forget, and it's just, I don't know, man, just something about it was just really sad to me. At first, we're kind of frustrated at how timid he is, but when we find out why he's like that, when we find out what caused him to be the way he is, we have a lot more sympathy. There's a lot of very serious situations where he didn't act in the most mature way, but he's a kid in a very serious situation, so who can blame him? He's got an adorable design for sure. B for Basil. Mari. Mari has a lot of overlap with Basil in my opinion, in the sense that she's used more as a interesting way to progress the plot forward rather than give her multiple layers that are really complex. She has moments like it's nice to see her, how much affection she has for Omori in the dream world, and it's nice to see those flashbacks, particularly Final Duet. She's the thing that kickstarts all of this. She's the reason that all of these characters are thrust into this terrible situation that they must overcome. I like that she makes Hero happy, but it also breaks my heart just seeing Hero cry in that piano room over her. I absolutely love Mari. Her design is adorable, but I don't think anyone would fault me for that she doesn't get the same love as the 4 playable characters do. I'm going to go ahead and put her in B. Maverick? It's the goddamn Maverick. Where else am I going to put him? Are you serious? Don't even do this to me. I want to come back around to Kell for a bit. I did just put him immediately in S tier as a meme, but the reason that is a meme is because Kell is just absolutely loved in the Omori community. And why is that? Why does so much people just have what seems like an irrational love for Kell? Well, it has a large part to do with just the kind of game that Omori is. The fact that the game has such a dreary tone to it, it's nice to just have that light at the end of the tunnel, and that light very much is Kell. Him showing up to talk to Sunny and just high five, just give some feel good vibes, get out and play and take everyone's minds off things. It's just hard not to love him, man. It really is hard not to love him. If I could only choose one person at the end of the game to forgive Sunny, it would definitely be Kell. He's the best at the end of the day. Even if Kell's not your favorite character, I think you can see where I'm coming from. If there was an S+ tier on this tier list, I would have put him there. Sweetheart. Sweetheart is only in the dream world. She might not have the most complexity, but she has an absolutely fantastic boss theme. Many people cite it as their favorite theme in the entire entire game, and that's no small feat in Omori. Omori has over 100 songs, and a lot of them are just absolutely fantastic. She's very pompous, sure, but you know, some of the anime dudes are into that kind of thing, that royalty anime girl thing. And if we're being perfectly honest, she's not exactly hard on the eyes. So, a B. Boss, first of all, cool name. I heard that he was added very late to development in Omori, as a way to kind of pad out the beginning. I always thought his sprite was kind of weird because him holding Basil looks way too small in that. It's an interesting design, kind of reminds me of Yoshi's Island, but yeah, he's just kind of here to introduce us to this world. He's not gonna play any relation to the overarching plot or anything like that. He's just kind of a video gamey person there, so it is what it is. It's a C. I always appreciate a pretty mom in a RPG, or any video game really. Polly takes care of Basil, and she needs to do a better job, to be honest, because he is still very tortured by what happened. And, you know, those aren't normal circumstances. I don't fault her for not being able to fix them completely, but I think she could have done a much better job. Goddamn, just look at her. An A. Herosaurus. Everything you love about Hero, but attached to a dinosaur. How could it be anything less than an S? Aubrey's girlfriend. Appreciate them putting her in here. She's got that cyberpunk hairstyle and glasses. Glasses are always nice. I think her sprites are cute, especially her in-battle ones. I think a lot of the hooligans look annoying, like they just have really punchable faces, if I'm being perfectly honest, but she's always stood out to me as just one of the better ones. Even though I like Sunburn better than Kimbri, I'll put her in B. Mew, it's Mew. Mew has a lot of symbolism attached to him. There's some particularly disturbing scenes involving Mew, and they constantly appear throughout the game. There's even a mod out there that gives Mew a portrait when you talk to him, which I thought was cool. But they're more of like a mascot than a character. I can't really see. I love Mew, but they gotta go in D. Humphrey. We often forget that Humphrey isn't just a place, it's a character, and ignoring how hated the place is, the Humphrey boss fight was really scary to me. Like, it dragged out for sure, don't get me wrong, but just the animations, the expressions, the music, it all contributed to something that was pretty damn scary. I look forward to fighting Humphrey again in the Omori New Murray mod collection pack. Maybe they've made some changes that make that battle more enjoyable. But yeah, no, that battle definitely sticks out in my mind as one of Omori's scarier moments, even if I don't care for the place. And while we're on the subject of the place, Humphrey's place did at least have the slime girls, so they've got that going for them. Could always use more slime girls. I'm going to go with C, though. There are a lot more characters on this tier list. Let me know if you wanted to do more. I know you guys like my shipping videos when you aren't arguing in the comments. And I'll have more traditional videos on Omori mods and stuff like that very soon.